tried to take down the president. The deep state and the Democrat rats must have made a suicide pact. We came to you with an offer of peace, but you rejected it and took to the streets. Russian collusion, no one will buy. We read the memo and we know it's a lie. We know where you live, we know where you sleep. We're fully trained and we're on to the teeth. We saw you coming and we were ready. You can run, but you cannot hide. Cause we're coming for you now. You can run, but you cannot hide. Cause we're coming for you now. Deep state implosion overdrive. Cause we're coming for you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cause we're coming for you. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Hey everybody, Holy Joe Rock and Roll here. Stand by, let me change the title. Back online, baby. Okay, after a 7-day banning by the tube, by the YouTube, you know what I'm talking about. I'm back on. Coming to you live from the Man Cave, Wednesday, October the 28th, 2020. Just a handful of days before the 2020 election, or re-election, Donald J. Trump. Now this video is partly for anybody on the fence. If you are still undecided after all that's happened in 2020, come on, you ain't black. Okay, that's a joke on the Joe Biden statement, right? Anyhow, we're back online, folks, and let me see if I can get my comments up here. We're live on Twitch, on DLive, and YouTube. I don't know how good the quality is. We're looking good on DLive. We're looking good on YouTube. Twitch, I can't check. And I don't know what's wrong with this machine, but it is slow for some reason. Where is my chat app? Chatted app. Still streaming? Okay. Guess we're still streaming. Okay. Chat app is up. See 3 people in the chat. Welcome everybody. Okay. Let's get it kicked off here. I just wanted to discuss a few points. My lights are messing up. I don't want to touch it. Could fall down. Bad connection somehow. Oh, maybe that'll fix it, I hope. Stay balanced. All right, so a few things to discuss. Obviously, just a couple weeks ago, Hunter Biden's laptop dropped, right? Oh, let's fix this. Yeah, wow. That there was there was something running in the background. I turned it off, and CPU usage dropped 50%. So it went from 80% to 50%. So Big drop. That's good to know. All right. The Biden laptop dropped, right? And the Hunter Biden laptop. Okay, now I think it's gnews.org, letter G, news.org. If you want to see pictures of Hunter Biden, that's not what's important. Hunter Biden's personal behavior is atrocious and whatever. I mean, don't put that kind of stuff on your laptop. I told you, burn it to a CD and put it in a safe if you need to keep it. Don't keep it on any active hard drives or any systems that are connected to the cloud. And definitely don't bring it on a laptop to a repair shop. Okay, folks, think. Anyhow, regardless of his behavior, his personal behavior, that's neither here nor there, right? That's his immoral behavior. I'm not here to judge the guy, okay? Believe me, I'm the last guy to judge. But the important thing is the corruption that it proves. That it proves. There's been allegations of the Biden crime family since Peter Schweitzer wrote his book on this topic. It was after he did Clinton Cash, then he did another one, which included the Biden shenanigans. It's all been documented. People have known about this corruption for years, and it continued to go on. And as we know, Trump simply asked the Ukrainian president to look into, to investigate corruption of the Bidens. And that led to his impeachment. And now we know why, because the Democrats are covering up for Joe Biden. It's really obvious now. And the fact that the FBI has had this laptop for about a year and it's not said peep, you know that there is a deep state and it's against our president, Donald J. Trump. So that's a major issue. Can I hear anything? Why can't I hear anything? Could you hear me, Michael? Okay. I don't hear anything on D Live. Well, that's weird. I don't hear anything on D Live. All right. So the major points are the Biden corruption is obvious. It's really quite proven based upon these emails, and it's not Russian disinformation. It's real information that's been verified by the head of the defense, the what do you call them, the director of Defense Intelligence, DDI. This is not Russian disinformation. This is real, and also other people who were directly on the links um, confirmed that the emails are real, including one of the business partners of the Bidens, who was a legit businessman trying to do business and discovered that all these business dealings were basically Biden, uh, you know, influence peddling. And he dropped out of the cooperation when he realized that that's what was happening. So let me see here. Whoa, I don't hear anything. Oh, can you hear me? Hello. I don't know what the hell's going on here, man. Oh, it's probably working. I don't. Oh, I know why. This is. Oh my God. Why I can't hear anything is because this phone is connected to Bluetooth. That's why I couldn't hear anything. And now I should be able to hear my channel. So the audio is up. Definitely. Hello. Okay. Wow, it's about a 30-second delay. Cool. Okay. Pretty confident it's working there. Um, anyway, if you're on the fence, it's time to grab your cojones and vote Trump for re-election. That's what has to happen. It looks like it's going to happen. These rallies, by the way, what I want to talk about next are massive. They're even bigger than 2016. Even bigger than 2016. It's amazing. And I just had it over here. My videos. There it is. Okay. 3, 2, 1. It says George Floyd demonstrations in Krakow. Demonstrations. I changed that. It should update. Should have updated. These revelations. Oh, the rallies. The rallies are bigger than ever. And Trump was in Pennsylvania, and he was at a rally. I think it was his first or second rally of the day, and the people were chanting, "We love you." Now, it's not the first time that they chanted, "We love you" to President Trump, but President Trump is the first president that people chanted, "We love you." It's amazing, the love and the support for this man, because they know what he's been through and they know what he's been doing in a positive way for America, America first, his policies. And secondly, this is the first president where I ever heard people chant, "God bless Trump." Can you believe that? They were chatting, "God bless Trump." And both of them at the same rally. That's just amazing that you can see that the people love this man and they want him reelected and continue with the Trump revolution of making America great again. So if you're on the fence, it's time to get, like I said, it's time to get off the fence and vote. I've already voted. I voted absentee, and there is a chance. There's actually a serious chance, based upon what I've seen, these impromptu Trump rallies in so-called blue states. Like, did you see the ones in New York City, on Long Island, in California, um, yeah, Los Angeles, all the way to Beverly Hills? These are real people, even in blue states, that are rallying for Trump. So there is a possibility that many of the House of Representative seats in California will flip red, will become Republican. They'll probably pick up several in California, and some of these blue states that were not in play before, there's a possibility they're going to be in play, and that's no joke. That's no joke because of the shenanigans that we're seeing on the other side. And we don't even have to get into the so-called pandemic, but you know what I'm going to say: fake, phony fraud, and it has to be resolved because we can't stay locked down. I'm going to do another fix this stuff up and do another video. Frames per second. I don't know why this is saying this, but okay. I think it looks good. Getting a warning that the keyframe is bad, but I don't think it is. Titles. Didn't the titles get changed? Yeah, it should say HJRR back online. So that's the initial message, folks, is to get out and vote. Don't forget to vote. No matter where you are, your vote does count. Many of these elections in 2016 were only won by a few thousand, like 10,000 votes. And I think the enthusiasm is higher today for Trump than it was in 2016. So I'm pretty sure the success will be even greater. But the Democrats are going to cheat. We know that with this mail-in ballot stuff, they're planning to, and I have a feeling it's going to backfire. It's going to backfire on them because if they look, based upon the support that this president has, and based upon all of the cheating that the Democrats have been doing in recent memory, Well, since 2015, since he announced the spying on this campaign, the fake impeachment, all of the Russia hoax, everything. I think if they honestly try to steal this election with voter fraud, it's not gonna end well for the Democrats. Those who seek to oust President Trump, I don't think it's going to end well for. I don't want to predict a civil war, but you could see that. I could see that potentially happening. If all the red states vote for Trump and a few swing states get flipped because of voter fraud, I could see there being a backlash, and wouldn't be pretty. Um, so that's what is possible that could happen. So that we need to have a blowout election. Everybody get out there and vote. Make it happen for the captain because you're the captain. This has been Holy Joe Rock and Roll back online after 7 days being locked on lockdown by YouTube. Oh, we can call it a YouTube lockdown because they didn't like my video on the medical doctors at the Supreme Court. And it's really atrocious that they would deny uh, alternative opinions based on fact, based on medical science to be presented. But it is what it is. It is this world of censorship that we live in. And the only way to combat it is to tell your friends, use BitChute, and keep going. Don't let them get you down. All right, I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace. I'm not live. Here we go. Got it. Hey, folks. Holy Joe Rock and Roll here with a new video. This one is about Poland and what's been happening here. Sorry about the black screen in the beginning. Um, we had the initial shutdown, like a lot of countries did. Back in February, March, April, whatever. And then for the end of that school year, most schools were shut down, or they were called online learning. And I think initially a lot of the schools were using Zoom. Then when it was discovered that the Zoom is compromised by the Chinese, this year they're now using Teams. It seems Microsoft Teams, which first of all is a better product. I believe it's a better collaboration tool. So it's a superior product, and it's not compromised by the Chinese, but not the Chinese people. I'm talking about the communist Chinese government, the Communist Party, right? So what happened just a few weeks ago? I believe it was October I want to say the 21st, maybe the 24th. They instituted a new Red Scare. Basically, the whole country is considered dangerous for getting COVID, which is, obviously I disagree with that. And so all schools classes 4 and above have been shifted to online learning. Kindergartens and up to grade 3 are still in class. for now. Um, Restaurants and bars have to close at 9 p.m. So that means for your boy, no more karaoke, no more live karaoke, which is horrible. I went to one of the karaoke places that I often go to, one of the few that reopened during this pandemic, and it's devastating to them. It's devastating to their business. Uh, they could have outdoor seating, but they can only have up to 10 people outside, and if they have more than 10, they can get into trouble. It is really insane. Um, and indoors doesn't matter. Indoor, I think they can only have like 30% of the tables occupied or 30% of the floor space occupied, and they have to close at 9 p.m. Now, as you may know, many of these restaurants and bars make most of their money after 9 p.m., especially off of drinks. Um, and it's just been devastating to these people. It's really the ones that are still surviving. I don't know how they're going to survive the second shutdown if it lasts for more than a couple of weeks. Um, the So that's the biggest impact. And I said before, the cure. We said the cure cannot be worse than the disease, and I believe that this cure is much worse than the disease. On top of that, I've had uh, two people tell me that um, they had people in their family, elderly people. One had cancer, the other one had like liver disease. They recently died during this pandemic, and they were asked. So the doctors asked the spouse in one case and the surviving family members in the second case if they could put death due to COVID on the death certificate, even though one died of cancer and the other died of some liver ailment. It might have been pancreatic cancer or something like that. Pancreatic cancer, I think it was. Had nothing to do with COVID. Whether or not they were CV positive or not, don't know. But they definitely did not die of pneumonia caused by COVID. And just like in the United States, I guess Poland has instituted a regulation or a rule that if somebody dies of COVID in the hospitals get a boost. They get some kind of there's a financial incentive to have patients die of COVID. So this is maybe one reason why the cases are going up. Okay, because I don't know that they had this financial incentive prior to this time around. I don't know. I don't know. Um, so that is something that's to think about. Okay, something to think about. And I don't know if this actually continued. Man, this is so messed up. History, videos, supposed to be live. Um, so that's something to think about, and it is really disheartening to see that this government is possibly overreacting. For what reason? I don't know. I don't know why they would overreact here in Poland. I don't know who they're trying to help. I don't know who is actually benefiting from this lockdown. It certainly is not the average person, and it's certainly not people that are in the tourist business or in the leisure, restaurant business. It's not helping them. And as you know, Poland uh, has a lot of tourism. It's dependent upon a lot of tourism for their GDP, and this is definitely not good for that, obviously. And I thought that how we were doing things during the COVID, after the first shutdown, when things opened back up, I thought that at least in Krakow, what I saw looked very good, looked very healthy. They had hand sanitizers at the door. Some places would take your temperature, not all, but a couple would take your temperature when you came in. Um, Seating was isolated. Some of them had plexiglass walls up. There's less people in these environments, right? And they were doing it in a very healthy way. And I don't know anybody there that got sick. And to be honest, there's people. Obviously, most of the people are younger or um, whatever, let's say in their 20s and older, but certainly we had several people there in the 60s and maybe 70s. There's two older gentlemen that come in there to sing, and they definitely are older people. I don't know if they have any comorbidities. One of them is a little bit heavy set, the other one skinny, but I believe he's like 65 or something like that, I was told. Had a great voice. He was singing some Frank Sinatra, I think it was, had a really good voice. The other guy, he sings a different stuff. He's got an okay voice, but his picture is on the wall in one of the places. As I think he was a saxophone player, when he was much younger in part of some band. Anyway, to get back to the story, the shutdown, this second shutdown is really horrific in my opinion. Also the requirement that wherever you go, even outside, even if you're walking alone, you're supposed to be masked up. I mean, that's just horrible. That just makes no sense, especially if you're totally socially distanced, you're supposed to be masked up. This also means that continuation of Americans being denied entry into the country. Of course, Europeans are also denied entry into the U.S. Unless you're a U.S. citizen or have a green card. Obviously, if you have similar legal status in Poland, you can come in, but without that, I don't know. The border guards make the decision, but the official policy is that you're not coming in. So there's that. So it's not a good situation in terms of the overall feeling, in my opinion. And I wish they would resend this thing because I think the death toll due to this thing is overrated. And most people who have it, like 99% of the people who get it or think they got it, are sick for a couple days and with flu-like symptoms and recover pretty quickly. That are let's say healthy, no comorbidities. I believe, like as I said before, I believe that I had it back in mid-March of 2020, and I was sick for I would say 2.5, almost 3 days, and just congestion, sickness, like flu-like symptoms. And after the third day, I was like all better. And I'm pretty sure that my wife had it. She actually had red circles on her skin, on her arm. And I found out later, jokingly, I said, "You got COVID, baby." And only later, about a week later, I was watching some doctors discuss some of the symptoms. And one of the symptoms of COVID is having red circles on your skin, red, like coin-sized circles. So she had that. So I'm convinced that we both, obviously, everybody in the family would have been exposed to this and would have had it. So we all survived. Nobody got sick. Nobody died. And, that's a good thing. That's a good thing, right? So hopefully this will end soon and we can get back to semi-normal. And that's my thoughts on this. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know down below in the comments what you think. What is it like in your country or in your state? How are you being treated? Are things because things in Poland, at least in Krakow area, were like almost back to normal, with the exception of wearing masks in places, the social distancing in restaurants, the fewer tables at restaurants, that kind of stuff. They had plexiglass in front of the singers at karaoke, so if you're singing, any spittle would be stopped by the plexiglass. Let's say, right? Hand sanitizer everywhere. So I thought that was really effective, and I don't know what this reaction is. So let me know what your thoughts are down below, and I'll talk to you soon. This has been Holy Joe Rock and Roll, reminding you to always make it happen for the captain, because you're the mother effing captain. Sorry about that black screen at the beginning. I didn't realize I didn't transition over, but here we go, and I'll talk to you all real soon. Take care now.
We came to you with an offer of peace, but you rejected